Good day, and welcome once again to another broadcast of financial intelligence. For those who might be joining me for the first time, do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession, I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Codes. I am also the representative of Global Branding and Marketing. You can see the name right above my head. Now, permit me also to tell you a little about Global Branding and Marketing and our vision behind doing what we do. Global Branding and Marketing mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic partners to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, and leverage smart investment strategy that will enable people to build up generational wealth. And I've simply explained four essential concepts there. Part of what we want to do is to help people to understand what is passive income cash flow. And I think that because of the fact that most people in the world work for a primary income, hardly any thought is given to passive income cash flow. Or if even thought is given to passive income cash flow, the dividend paying passive income is inadequate to do the things that you want to do, particularly when we look at your future developmental plan. A case and study today, 2019, the American federal government is shut down. And that simple shutdown is affecting the lives of over 800,000 federal employees. Now, a lot of these workers, they work paycheck to paycheck. A lot of these employees are dependent on the next paycheck to cover their mortgage debt. And the moment they default in that, a challenge arises where they start to get a letter for bank foreclosure, and that can certainly trigger off a whole host of discomfort. So, in our program, when we help you to understand passive income cash flow, when we help you to understand multiple streams of income and how to make smart investment strategies, develop and implement fast investment strategies, our mission at the end of the day is to position you to literally know how to build generational wealth. So, in the event that these scenarios happen, scenarios like what is currently taking place in the United States of America, it would not have that devastating effect on your life. Before getting into today's program, permit me to say a few other things in relation to financial intelligence. Financial literacy goes beyond your ability to make money or maximize your disposable income, because you can make money and lose money. But it addresses the issue of understanding the global financial sector and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolio while maximizing financial and equity capital gain. The understanding of the commercial financial sector and the investment financial sector are an important body of knowledge for you to have in the global landscape of financial intelligence. And let me give you three reasons why you should invest your time, talent, and resources to truly understand this financial sector. Financial literacy can give your business the competitive advantage. And in our program, we will be showing you a step-by-step approach, a number of step-by-step approach that will allow you to leverage financial intelligence to truly give your business the competitive advantage. Financial literacy can position you to build generational wealth. And this is something that needs to be more commonplace. The conversation surrounding building up of generational wealth has to become more commonplace. Financial intelligence, third, can remove the challenge of financial difficulty and the scourge of poverty. And our motive to do what we do represents all three of these levels. Give your business the competitive advantage, help you to build up generational wealth, whether you're in business or not, and certainly help a wide cross section of people across the world to break the cycle of financial struggle and to break poverty that is in the world today. So I trust that this little introduction into global branding and marketing and why we do what we do truly help you to understand exactly why we are doing what we are doing. Now, today I want to introduce you to a new topic. And yesterday I believe that we looked at it. We looked at it briefly. Today we're going to go just a little deeper into one of the concepts. And the concept that we're going to be looking at today is how to nurture a money magnetic mindset and cash flow in 2019. Right here. How to nurture a money magnetic mindset and cash flow in 2019. And I truly want you to throw back, relax, strap yourself in, and enjoy this journey that we're on today on financial intelligence. Now, what exactly do we mean by nurturing a money magnetic mindset? I want you to look back at the video that I did yesterday, and you will see my explanation and definition of what represents a money magnetic mindset. Now, today I want you to look at three concepts. There are three concepts that you're going to walk away with, or you can walk away with today, and that is how to invest your time to nurture the MMM, the money magnetic mindset, how to invest your talent to develop the MMM, the money magnetic mindset, and how to invest your resources to nurture the money magnetic mindset. So those three lessons is what we're going to be covering in today's podcast. Now, the first thing I want to do is to call your attention to what is here. How to invest your time to nurture a money magnetic mindset. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, what is your daily habits towards money? Yesterday, yes, you learned that to nurture a money magnetic mindset, it's important to understand how money works. It's for you to understand that money is a tool, but it's for you to understand how to leverage that tool to increase your cash flow. And believe me, if you're not investing the time, the talent, and resources, which we're going to talk about today, to understand how money works, you will continue to be on that treadmill. You will continue to go paycheck to paycheck. You will continue to experience your challenge. So I want to urge you, as we go through this, I really want to encourage you to give it as much time to truly commit to understand what I'm saying to you. Now, your daily habits. So the first thing that I want you to do is to ask yourself that question and to be certain that if you don't have a daily plan developed surrounding what you're doing to attract money, that you take the step right now to start looking at your daily habits and developing your daily habits. All right. And another but podcast, I look at that. I just want you to know it, what you should do. I will later on. I will look at how much time you should commit every day, to build a relationship with your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration. Yes, you need to build a relationship with your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration. And I'll help you to understand that when I do that podcast. So it's important for you to develop daily habits surrounding money because you are the sum total again of your habits. You are defined by your habits. It's important for you to know this. So I trust that you, from today, you're going to start investing your time, your talent, and your resources to develop healthy, good habits, dividend paying habits in areas where you don't have them. The first example that I want us to look at when I talk about investing in your daily habit, I want you to look at leveraging how you leverage your time towards the commercial financial sector. Today, I want us to look a little bit deeper into the commercial financial sector because yesterday I said that we have four sectors that we look at in this program. We look at the commercial financial sector, the investment financial sector, we look at financial literacy for business leaders and entrepreneurs, and we look at financial literacy for sustainable livelihood. Today we will look a little deeper into financial literacy for the commercial financial sector. And the question I'm asking is how much time do you commit daily to understand the commercial financial sector? What exactly is the commercial financial sector? What are some of those portfolio that you're able to get from the financial sector, financial portfolio that you can leverage in the commercial financial sector? And one of those portfolio that we looked at yesterday is how to apply for a HMF, how to apply for a HMF, home mortgage financing. Do you know exactly what steps to take to successfully apply for a home mortgage financing? So part of you developing your daily habits and understanding the commercial financial sector, you can invest your time to understand this, how to successfully apply for your HMF. The second thing that you can do in investing your time to understand the commercial financial sector is to also ask yourself, what are those pre-qualifying factors, pre-qualifying criterias to aid you in attaining your HMF? What are those pre-qualifying factors? And there are a number of those pre-qualifying factors. Today I will go just a little deeper, but I'm not going to go fully into it. And one of those pre-qualifying factors is known as your balance sheet. Now, one of the examples that I would give is that if you are trying to buy a home, let us say for $8 million, the bank will normally ask you for 10% equity in that property. Now, 10% equity on $8 million is $800,000. So you at least need to have a balance sheet, a bank balance, the equivalent of what they're asking for. Of course, it would make more sense if you have a, a balance sheet with a higher deposit because it will certainly set the stage to influence your potential investors to support your vision. So this is one of the pre-qualification criteria. What is another pre-qualification criteria? There's something that we call CF, which is your cash flow. What is your hourly cash flow? What is your daily cash flow? What is your weekly cash flow? What is your monthly cash flow? The bank is very much concerned with your cash flow because from your cash flow, they're able to measure your capability to pay back the debt that they want to give to you. So you need to also show your cash flow. This is a second of the pre-qualification criteria. Another important pre-qualification criteria that most people in the Caribbean, I think that they are now beginning to get familiar with this term, is something that we call your CS, your credit score. All right. And in a previous podcast, I said not having your CS credit score, it is as bad as having a bad credit score. Why? Because most the financial institution cannot measure your financial capabilities. They cannot measure your financial performance. And based on the fact again that they cannot measure your financial performance, because remember this is a tool that they use to measure your competencies and capability to handle big financial transactions. And if you don't have any history in this regard, it means that you're very new in the business, or it means that you might have had some other wealthy persons backing you up behind your financial programs. You might have been a novice learning the financial world. You don't have to prove all of this to them in order to build their confidence in you to take out that financial portfolio and leverage those financial in a way that would not put you at risk and the bank at risk in terms of losing their finance. Well, sometimes some say the bank never lose because they would give you financing to invest in fixed assets, and those assets can be easily leveraged in more ways than one. We'll look at all of that later on. But it's important for you to understand credit score and what impact that credit score can have on your personal financial success story. Um, the last concept I'm going to give you here in relation to the pre-qualification criteria is something that we call age, and age matters. Age matters except when you are wealthy and you can give the cash guarantee to whatever debt you're attempting to you want to create. But in the event that you don't have the massive liquid cash flow and cash deposits, age do matters. So it's important for you to understand the positive and negative impact of age. And in event where you are at a negative age rate, how to come back from that. It's not for you to necessarily, in all cases, see your age as a barrier. It is a barrier to the financial institutions, and later on I'll go into why it is a barrier. But there are ways in which you can legally navigate those challenges. So all is not lost, and at Global Branding and Marketing, we are truly committed to that process of helping you to understand how to navigate the financial world so as to come in to your financial success. Now, let us suppose now that you're successful in taking out the mortgage financing, you all your pre-qualification criteria goes through, and there's a few other things that the bank will certainly answer, but I'm giving you some of the basics. But you successfully applied and you got your loan, you got your home, and so forth. Again, what I'm seeing across the world is that most people, let us suppose in the United States of America, you got a loan for between 20 to 30 years. Most people, what they do, they allow that loan to run the entire life cycle of the loan, of the debt. They allow it to run that way because to them, there's no other way. It just has to run its life cycle, 30 years. No one really helps you to understand, or you didn't invest your time, talent, and resources to understand the difference between interest and principal. You didn't invest the time to understand what is amortization. It's absolutely essential for you to understand this. It's a critical part of financial intelligence. It's a critical part of understanding the system. And remember, I said earlier on in the introduction, financial literacy is not only about increasing your disposable income and maximizing financial benefits, because you can maximize your disposable income, but the way you are leveraging your financial gains, it doesn't represent someone who is financially intelligent. You can reduce the life cycle of that debt portfolio. Now, to reduce the life cycle of that debt portfolio, there's something that we call HMF life cycle reduction strategy. And when you come into our program, our financial literacy program, we help you to understand what is the HMF life cycle reduction strategy. This is something that we link to the velocity banking, and velocity banking is not something that you learn on the streets. You learn it in the academic world. And we will certainly help you to understand how to build velocity banking portfolios and how to leverage it against your existing debt. Now, this principle can be applied to home ownership, it could be applied to corporate financing, it could be applied to every area where monies are leveraged and where debt are created. It's a unique tool that we will help you to understand. I think that many people across the world today understand what is the 401k, but they don't understand the 401k, and that is how to leverage it to allow it to cash flow based on the principal value of the 401k. This can also be a critical element in the leveraging process. There are also many other platforms, but when you come into our financial intelligence program at Global Branding and Marketing, we will walk you through these processes step by step so as to ensure that you truly understand how to cash flow, how to maximize your disposable income, how to minimize your debt financial portfolio, and maximize on your financial and equity capital gain. Beautiful programs. I truly would encourage you to come and be a part of the massive work that we're going to be doing in 2019, moving forward to truly touch and transform the lives of people all around the world. So we'll teach you a lot about the HMF life cycle reduction strategy linked to velocity banking. Now, and this here that I'm talking about is relating to your habits and how you're investing your time to nurture that money magnetic mindset. All of these things are things that you could be doing, you could be learning. And one of the things you can do to learn this, you could invest your time to learn more about global branding and marketing, to come in and become a student, a wealth dividend student in our program that will truly help you to understand more about the financial sector and how to leverage these content of information to build generational wealth. This is a unique way in which you could certainly invest your time. And of course, this is what we're talking about now, how to invest your time to nurture a money magnetic mindset and cash flow in 2019. Now, what is home equity leverage? Everything so far is tied to the HMF. Now you have the home, you understand what is velocity banking, you were able to successfully reduce the life cycle of that loan, let us say by 10 to 15 years. Now you have equity in your HMF. You have equity in your asset, equity in your asset. Now, how do you leverage the equity in your asset? There's a way in which you can leverage it. And the leveraging of that asset is what will now allow you, when you now understand the concept of performing asset, to duplicate your performing asset. You can, one, convert your asset into something that we call performing assets. And because you're now able to leverage your asset, you can now create multiple performing assets. And what that does, it creates the opportunity for you to build multiple streams of income, build multiple income streams that can give you significant cash flow. These are things that we have been doing, so we have practical experience in the field, and we are so excited to be sharing this information with you. I know I'm not going deep into it. Because of time, I can't go into everything. It's going to take me quite some time to go deeper and deeper into these concepts. But I want to get your feet wet. I want to get your thoughts and imagination working. And I want you to know that financial success can simply be at your fingertip. Again, as I'm saying, financial success is not wishful thinking. It's not about waking up today and realizing that you have a magic stick and you wave that magic stick and you say, I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be successful. And the magic stick says, make it happen. What is the magic stick is the time that you're going to commit to understand how the commercial financial sector work, how the investment financial sector work, to understand financial literacy for business leaders and entrepreneurs, and to understand financial literacy for sustainable livelihood. Your full understanding of these concepts and your ability to navigate and apply these concepts is what can become your magic stick for financial success. And you're talking with the people who have talked the talk and walked the walk for many years, and we know exactly how to apply this system to help you cash flow in 2019. So all of this is possible. Home equity, how to home equity leverage, how to convert the home equity into multiple performing assets and ensure that all of those assets continue to give you cash flow. The beauty about uh, home equity and home equity leverage is that the home equity, the asset alone, has the potential to cash flow in more ways than one. And we will help you to understand this. You can earn two specific areas of passive income cash flow. For instance, in the case of real estate, there is corporate units, there's industrial units, but there's also something that we call appreciation value. And every couple of years, the asset itself appreciates. And if you decide to cash out on that asset value anytime, it is something you can cash it, and you can cash it on that in more ways than one. You can cash it through a sale, or you can cash it through, again, equity leverage that can again be used to acquire additional asset. So it's important for you to understand here is where you should be spending your time, and to really understand how to develop that money magnetic mindset and to be able to cash flow in 2019. Of course, this is only one example that I'm giving you. There is multiple avenues that you can learn from. I want to stop here just a little bit to give a shout out to my team in the United States of America. I have a team of about 6 to 7 persons right now who I am training. I want to say shout out to all of you guys and the commitment that you have shown so far to this program. I want to say shout out to the team leader who has been on the ground doing a lot of work to build up visibility in that part of the world in relation to the content that we're going to be taking all over the world. So I just want to say shout out and kudos to you guys over there. Mardosi. Now, the other concept that I want to talk about in relation to how you should invest your time is something that we call how to purchase real estate leveraging OPM. And it's a very important topic. You know, when I first heard about this concept of no money down um, home purchase, I thought that was laughable. I thought that was funny. I thought that was some fraud. I thought it was some, con artist way of, attracting persons in. But I recognized that at that time, this is a good couple of years ago, my financial intelligence of the global financial sector wasn't as strong as it ought to be. And perhaps I might have had what I call a fixed mindset as against a growth mindset. So it took me a few years to really accept that, and I only accepted when I started to dig deep into the business and I started to recognize so many different possibilities in terms of how to purchase real estate leveraging OPM. Beautiful concept. Again, when you come into our programs, we will help you to understand how to do this, because I think that very often it is said that you have to have money to make money. While I believe, yes, in a number of cases you have to have money to make money, I think what is more important is your drive and commitment to want to be successful. And what I've seen in many cases is that your desire to succeed trumps having money to start any business. I would normally say that relationship is the mother of all social system. And if you can learn and master the art of relationship building and leverage relationship to create possibilities in your life, financial possibilities in your life, not having money would not necessarily pose a challenge. So I'm just saying that these are options open, and it's important for you to understand all of these